The official time is at 7 o'clock. Yeah, we're getting more of his like pointy. You can't in the sample pic I have here. It's not pointy, but a lot of the other ones he has like a very like penis shaped nose. Um, so the other thing I was chatting about earlier, and I was still considering, and I may sort of just start, but you know, jury will be out depending on how I can finish it. Is and Squishy. Oh, you don't stream. I keep forgetting that you don't stream because it feels like you do. Considering TwitchCon, um, I feel like I should at least if I can finish my cosplay before July 31st, I should enter TwitchCon. Why not? Because you basically like they if you get accepted, they give you a stipend and give you 2 sets of weekend passes. And the prize money is actually pretty decent. And like again, we know all of the cosplayers here, so and we know that there's not that many. Um, so either there's lots of competition and it's like, hey, everybody's here, or there's no competition and it's like, okay, cool, who cares? I know Jim Kadichi and Say are going. But in theory, all you have to do is get affiliate, which we could get you affiliate pretty fast, and then stream for 15 hours. Just saying, Squishy. Okay, so the nose is looking better. It does have a little more. I've lost a lot of the structure under here. Look at these. These nostrils are wrong. These nostrils are very wrong. So let's take some of our spare clay and add some more here. But I decided for the wreath, because I was debating on how to do it, and I decided to actually get foam that's the right color to start with. So I'm not going to be relying on painting too much. So I have red, orange, and yellow 2mm foam. So I'm going to play around with that to sort of see um, like how much I can get away with not painting them. Actually, it's more here that I think we need clay. But I did like a little test. It didn't make glue right, but with foam, the wrong color, be making these, but the right color. And the trick is going to be figuring out how to get the wire glued in there without making the glue showing up too much on it. Um, Deciding exactly how I want to weather it, and if so, how much. Um, and then like getting the wires connected, and then also figuring out the fiber optic stuff, which will be its own interesting challenge. How much more can I go in? Because I want to get his nostril in a little deep. Let me see if I can dig in here. Let's use this piece. Let's see how much room I gave myself till it gets to the hardened plastiline. It's probably closer in here. Let's bring that in. Ooh, and then there's like none right here. All right, so I'm gonna have to add more clay because I can't go any deeper than that. I think we can go out a little. Let's give it like a little triangle shape. That feels right. We'll start to fill that in. You're feeling so productive today, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it too. I like maybe you're feeling what I'm feeling, where like because you went for so long being productive at non-hobby things, having the opportunity to start doing the hobby again. It's just like hell yeah, I'm gonna stream. Hell yeah, I'm gonna do this. Like I was not planning on doing this at all today, and I'm already like making decent progress on the actual sculpt. may mean I have to try to find some time this weekend to get the art store to get all the supplies for sculpting or the casting, which will be nice and fun and messy. I'm looking forward to that. What's going on with this? You know, it's always important when you sculpt things to also look at other directions, because then you'll see things and I'm like, oh, that is off. That is very off. Getting on top of your life again. Oh yeah, I mean, I feel like also that's some of like the universe in general right now. Like things have been semi-normal long enough that people can maybe start thinking of things as normal again. Like, you know, I'm having people over this weekend, or in 2 weekends. I'm having a friend come stay. Um, Specifically, Train Ghost is actually visiting us this weekend. We're going to go to Orville Peck concert. I don't know if anybody is an Orville Peck fan. But we're going to see that, which should be really fun. And then after that, we're doing our official housewarming, Memorial Day barbecue sort of combo. And having lots of people in my apartment is going to be a good test to see like how normal things are again. Because I just know we're gonna do it, and it's like I don't know what. Someone's gonna be like, "Oh, sorry, I had COVID at your party." I'm like, God damn it. Well, seriously though, it's not gonna be too bad because my downstairs is actually really nice. We have like one full wall that goes into our backyard that opens up completely, so it'll be an indoor/outdoor party. So like it'll be exceptionally well ventilated and should be very safe. You should come visit. I would like that a lot. You know, to crash on my sofa, or if you want to be bougie, there's actually a fairly inexpensive hotel literally two houses down from me. It's a Best Western. But we do have a couch. No guest room though. No guest room because we need every space we can for cosplay. And New York's fun too, you know. It's like there's plenty to do out here. Um, and I like my neighborhood. I'm over in the Industry City area, which is a fairly creative area. There's a lot of art studios and maker spaces nearby. And we're gonna shift this chin over just a little bit. I'm just gonna get rid of the cleft because I think I just sort of made a decision where that cleft of the chin was gonna go, and I think I just chose poorly. Just gonna shift this. That seems like it's gonna be more. The cleft chin is actually, it's not really in the middle, it's actually really at the bottom, isn't it? Let's just kind of bring that in right in here. So is everyone else like working right now? You like finishing up work? Working from home? Everyone's excited, you know, Mondays hopefully wrapping up. And all I've got planned is I need to go to Bed Bath & Beyond at some point in time to buy some bed sheets for our guests this weekend. That's very exciting. Again, I'm going to the gym. It should be fun. Getting my ass kicked. I've been working pretty hard on my CosFit lately. As part of getting on top of my life again. Right there with you. Been on a diet and doing all that. It's been working out. Working out has been working out for me. I should get underneath this chin. This is what I need to do. I need to work on because he's very angly and this is still very round. What am I doing? I see that's the benefit of having a personal trainer is I don't have to remember. Like she'll sometimes ask me for feedback and I'm just being like, no, just tell me what to do. I will do it. Like I want to turn my brain off because I always overthink it. But it's because again, it's a trainer. It doesn't tend to be like today's leg day, there's arm day. Like it tends to be more a mix of stuff, but I usually go in and there's like the warm-ups we do are usually always the same. Um, but what I like about this gym that I'm going to, they have it's a lot of power ball work, like medicine ball, like the weighted medicine balls. It's a lot of slamming it around. I think today's the one where it's like a windmill slam and then a side slam. So like if you ever do any like kickboxing where you're basically throwing with your legs and with your hips, I think it's a lot of that. Um, I think today is the day where I also have to do a lot of bike work. It's like we've been slowly trying to like every day or once a week I have to ride a mile on a bike and improve my time each time. I do a lot of squats, and I love me a squat, but in my age, I've been trying to re-strengthen my knees, which I've actually largely solved. I have some like groin stuff I'm working through, and so we're doing a lot of like side squats and split squats. I'm pretty sure those are on my agenda for today. Um, I know I also been working on my push-up more. I just had a number of like injuries and stuff in the past that I'm very close to being completely overcoming and being able to go a little bit more deep. I'd like to get back into powerlifting. So back in the day, when I was your age, Titan, I did powerlifting. It was very fun. Like that is what I'd like to get back to, but at the same time, I want to make sure my base is very nice and strong so I don't like jump back into it and wind up hurting myself, which is, never fun. Leg day. I love leg day. Leg days are my favorite. I'm like a rare person who hates arm day. Like I hate doing a curl. I've gotten better. I now have strength in my upper body, but for the longest time, that was not my vibe. Like, okay, so I can't go any, so I've hit my limit here. I'm gonna try to smooth this out and see how much I can get away with. Because this can be very thin right here. You can see like you can see the plastiline clay underneath this. Which means I may actually, if I want to get a hard angle, I may have to add more here. Let's see if I just smooth this out, what that starts to look like. But what I really like about my place, and this is where I think I get all my cardio, is they have a sled. You know, the thing that you just load up with weight and you either have to pull or push. And man, I never realized how many different things you can do with one of those. And it's always such a, like, you finish and you're just like, oh. It's a lot of, like, when you have that, like, oh, fighting to catch your breath when you're just fully winded. Like, that's such a good feeling. And, like, it's the weighted medicine balls, it's the weighted ropes, it's the sleds, like, that sort of stuff that I feel like, for me right now, is having such a very positive impact on just my overall fitness level. And everything else is very like almost physical therapy like, because a little bit more here. Just to patch this in. Because when you become a nerd and you stop being very and you start sitting down all the time and you start working from home, then your muscles just stop moving. And they stop working, and literally your brain's like, hey, nerve endings, just turn yourself off. This guy's not using those muscles anymore. Just, you're good. And you have to spend like all this time just trying to get them to like start activating again. Program on, it's build legs day, and the workout is just a motherfucker. I don't mind most leg days, but this one is awful. Well, what sort of leg stuff are you doing? Oh, I keep hitting that. The plastilina should have been lighter with my strokes. Let me try to bring it back in. Come on, plastilina. That's part of my problem is I have such chubby cheeks. I know this because I was single, and I don't know if people have ever experienced this. Was like when you're dating, you find out what weird things are that you have that other people like. And apparently there's a lot of people that are into like baby faces, and I have a baby face. And it's good when I work out, I start to lose my baby face because like it's all in the cheek. So that's what I'm fighting up against here is like he has a very gaunt face, and I'm trying to turn my baby face into a gaunt face without making his head too big overall. So I'm just trying to get up right to where my own face would be, and just so as long as it's smooth, we'll be good. So that's about as smooth as we can get that side. You can see it's starting to feel more gaunt, right? So you can sort of start to see that line start to form, right? So that work wasn't off or not, and I can kind of maybe tighten up this one a bit more too, but it's pretty close there. And then the bright that there will be hair here. There's actually he does have like a little bit of like a beard in some of the shots. It's weird because it's like different in each one. But let's just keep smoothing and keep going. Got a little bit more time left here. Go back into. No, I have to scrape that one first. Go where we were here. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Yeah, we were working on the nose and we forgot about it. And that nose is not in good shape. This nose needs a lot of love. It's a very tricky thing, this here nose. I mean, well, that's part of it, because I didn't leave, because in a nose, the nostril actually comes down to the bottom. And that explains why. Like, why is that looking so weird? Helps to look at your reference from time to time. Just from time to time. Clear this off. And the general goal here is this plastilina stuff does like so like most clays you can just sort of like wet your finger and the clay will really soften and then you can really smooth it from there. This stuff, because it's oil based, you have to use a solvent, and the solvent I'm using is not the right solvent for it. It's doing an okay job, but the right solvent is actually mineral spirits, which I don't want to be using right now. I will probably go get some, and for my very final round, when I want this to be like ceramic smooth, I'll brush that on, not use my fingers. And that should do the job of getting rid of all my fingerprints and just letting me give like a really nice surface. So right now, I'm just really trying to get the shapes in and get it close to smooth. Smooth enough where I'm confident that a brush stroke with some solvent will smooth it out. So getting rid of a lot of like the peaks and valleys and the whatnot. And just taking it as like a little wooden tool and just lightly hitting it does wonders. Because it just does start to just kind of, because it's clay, this clay doesn't dry and it never needs to soften. It just sort of, the light touches is, the light touch is enough to actually move the clay. And so just like through multiple strokes, you can just slowly, it's almost like carving this into place. It's carving, but where you can push things around. It's kind of like working in charcoal, strangely, if you guys have ever done that before. Super squats, super set lunges, step ups, giant set squats, straight leg deadlift, split squat, calf raises, core. Sounds like a solid workout. I have some like weird things. So I have like a lot of what I have to deal with when it comes to my lower body. Like I have massive quads. Like my lower body is huge. Like I am I'll put it this way, I am 310 pounds. Um and I've done those like body analysis things, and over half of that is muscle. Um I'm actually doing, I mean, I still have a lot of weight to lose, but like, and almost all of that is in my lower body. Because I have very little upper body strength. Um, but my problem I do have is I have like a mechanical problem in my feet. So it's hard for me, like I have a lot of balance and stability issues. Um, because my metatarsals in my feet, like the bones in the middle of the feet, kind of zigzag. And so I don't have like the whole like gripping into the ground. Like, when you try to when you lift, you're supposed to kind of grip the ground. That's kind of hard for me to do because I'm strong here but not here. So a lot of what I've been doing has been trying to like strengthen that side of my lift, and like the single leg lifts are really hard for that reason. But it's also my calves are massive. I have the biggest calves of anybody you've ever seen. Um, and they actually cause me problems because they're so big. When if I've not worked out for a while and they tighten up, they just wreck my feet. They just wreck my ankle just because they tighten up and they just pull on everything. And you do not want large calves. I know everyone's like, "Oh, I want large calves." You don't want large calves. They will ruin your life. I've met a few other people with large calves, and it's all the same story. All these people are like, "Oh, my calves are so small. I want big calves." No, you don't. You do not want big calves. Forget about it. They're not fun. It's my favorite humble brag. My calves are too big and it's a problem. Just kind of cleaning up this nose. It's still a little weird, but we're getting there. He actually has a little bit of like a little ball thing at the bottom of his nose. Like a little, I'm gonna take a bit of clay here. The step ups make me hate more than anything. Yeah, step ups are stuff for me too, because again, it's I can do the step ups no problem, but it's the balance. Like stepping up is fine. It's the stepping down that's hard for me because I lose my balance and then I wind up hitting my foot where I have problems. It does like a really high impact on the opposite foot. Um, and that's been a lot of my struggle. But what helps me, like the good trick as someone who is balance challenged and has to balance, like find a spot on the wall to stare at when you do them, and don't let your gaze like leave, and that like makes it so much easier for me. Oh yeah, that little bit of that I think helps it. It's hard to tell. Do the same. Try to mimic this on the other side. And then we also keep remember I got a little bit of a want a little bit more of a pinch under here. Let's keep this nice separation there. Not a little noodling here. Noses are always fun to try to get all those like little details, and it sucks that this is just one of the pieces that like there's so much that's getting covered up. I will say I'm so happy that there's no mouth. Not having to sculpt the mouth. Mouths are another one that's like easy to get wrong. Scrape these right here. Scrapey scrape. This is fun. Part of me wants to like not rush this and just like noodle at this for like a long time because this is very relaxing. This is like I'm always been such a big fan of repetitive tasks, and this is scratching that itch. Bring you in here. phone. Oh. And my work hit me up. I do unfortunately have to go because of work. I missed a message like 30 minutes ago, and I do need to check out something. So let's rate someone real fast. Let's see who we got here. Sorry to cut and run. Let's see. Okay. Who are you? Let's go make let's go meet this cosplayer real quick. Yep. Someone working on a Genshin one. Thank you all for joining on this surprise Monday stream. I will be streaming tomorrow night, probably working on a new project on my regularly scheduled program, probably around 7 or 8 o'clock at night. Hopefully I will see you all there. Thank you for the raids and the follows, and I will see you all